in exactly 164 days from now, you could be living the life of your dreams, achieving all your goals, being the girl you've always wanted to be, or you could be sitting in the exact same spot you're sitting in now saying, damn, I should have started sooner. I know which one I would want to choose, but hey, what you do is your business, not mine. And action. Thank you so much for reporting to duty for the Pretty Princess Command Center episode 12, where I'm going to show all of you pretty princesses exactly how the fuck we could take the remaining 164 days of the year, completely transform our lives, and completely make them our bitch. This video is literally going to be a step-by-step guide on how to create a handbook that's going to show you exactly how to live your dream life and achieve all of your goals by January 1st, 2025. In the first chapter, we're going to talk about how exactly to get clear on what it is that you want. In chapter 2, we're going to go over how we're going to take that vision that we made from chapter 1 and turn it into an actual reality. And in chapter 3, we're going to go over how you're actually going to go about this game plan and execute it in your daily life. So by the end of these 5.5 months, you're going to be the girl that you've always wanted to be, and you're going to have everything you've always wanted to have. And since I never usually do this, I'm going to do a little shameless self-plug right now. If you're interested in seeing how I apply all these topics into my daily life, I do post vlogs on here every Monday and Friday. We have the Pretty Princess Command Center on Wednesday, of course. But if you're interested in anything else that I do, we run up the fucking vlogs, okay? Okay, welcome to chapter 1. The first step to radically transforming your life is to get so crystal clear on what it is that you want your life to look like, so that at midnight on January 1st, 2025, you're literally gonna be like, wow, I think I've been here before. Like, I'm having deja vu. Like, I feel like I've been here before. Because it's gonna be that clear of a vision that you already know exactly what you're gonna be like then, okay? That's where we need to be. Right now we're here, we need to be here. So how are we gonna take this fucking scramble mess of our ideas and turn it into like a, yes, this is the vision and this is where we're going? It's like I'm sure that you did on January 1st of this year, or maybe December 31st of last year. You probably made a New Year's resolution list or the goals list, and you listed out every single thing that you wanted to get done or you wanted to achieve in this year. Yeah? Yeah. We probably haven't looked at that in quite a while, have we? I'm gonna need you to make basically a new New Year's resolution list, but instead of titling it like New Year's resolutions or whatever, you're gonna title it second half game plan, because baby, we're 2 quarters down. We're in the second half of the game, okay? So get your laptop, get your journal, whatever you're gonna use. Don't use your notes app. Notes apps are just, they're too messy. You could do too much damage in a notes app. Don't use the notes app on your phone. Get a piece of paper, get your journal, get your laptop, get your iPad. I don't care, just not the notes app, I beg of you. And don't forget to put the date, okay? Put today's date. As of right now, we have 164 days left. However, whenever you're watching this, there could be less. So just think about all the things that you want to do. Think about all the goals you want to achieve. Think about the type of person you want to be, the type of routines, the type of habits, just everything that you're wanting to get done and bring into your life by January 1st, 2025. You're going to write them down in the form of a to-do list. If you did a New Year's resolutions list at the beginning of the year, refer back to that and see which ones you're actually, like, I think on mine, I had like, make my apartment feel like an apartment. I literally am not living in my apartment anymore. So that's just absolutely irrelevant to me now. But I went back to that list and I redid it for my second half game plan. And some of them were the same and then other ones weren't. And then some of them, it was nice to see like, oh, I have been actively working towards this one this whole entire year, which is nice. Okay, so now that you have a list of everything that you're gonna wanna achieve in the next 5.5 months, I want you to script it. I want you to script it. I want you to imagine you are the main character of a book, okay? And all you're gonna do is take 1 to 2 pages and you're gonna write out this character, you, write it in third person, the most perfect day imaginable that's aligned with you living the life that you would be living if all these goals were achieved. Like, write out the most perfect day that outlines the execution of having all these goals already be achieved. But for example, this is something that I might write. Kat woke up at 5 a.m. this morning and immediately felt so grateful and well rested. She put on her favorite jazz playlist and went about her peaceful morning routine, starting with making the bed, then moving to putting on her workout set, practicing Spanish, and journaling. Making time for a peaceful and slow morning is so important to Kat. She considers it to be one of life's many luxuries. Because of her busy schedule as a self-employed content creator, Kat always makes sure to get a good workout in the morning. Whether it be running or lifting weights, she always makes sure to move her body so she could stay healthy. By 8 a.m., she was showered and ready to start her workday, which of course started out by hopping in her brand new G-Wagon with the chocolate brown interior and heading to a cafe to get breakfast and do admin work on her laptop. So that's a very rough example, right? I don't know if you could see my vision board over here, but the G-Wagon, it's coming, baby. I really like Land Rover Defenders, but these next 6 months, they don't make Land Rover Defenders in the body style that I like anymore. But that's okay. That's okay, because you know what? It'll come into fruition someday. I believe it. But you don't have to make this poetic. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be something that would be on the New York Times bestseller list. Like, literally just what you would imagine the most perfect, gorgeous, beautiful day would be like if you achieved all of these dreams and you had all these things that you want to have on this list, I would want to be the type of person that wakes up at 5 a.m., has a slow morning routine, works out in the morning, and then, you know, makes sure she like puts a jazz playlist on just to like romanticize her life, you know what I'm saying? And then of course, once I'm done with all that, I want to get into my fucking G-Wagon with a nice chocolate brown interior, that kind of stuff. So does it have to be the most perfect poetic thing in the whole world? No, literally just everything that you would want to see. Like basically you're just going to script it in a way that makes it make sense for your brain. It doesn't have to be pretty sounding, it doesn't have to be the most grammatically correct thing in the world. Like literally just write it down so in your brain you can like play the whole movie in your brain and it makes sense. And you're just going to make sure that throughout all those goals you take off every single aspect of that to-do list of goals that we made and put it into this script. So now, you know, we have the goals, we have the script, so we can see the writing of what we want, but we need to see it, we need to visualize it, we need to be able to see it on paper, concrete, visually, not in words. So yes, when I think of the pretty brown G-Wagon, I can see it in my head, but what's going to be a lot better is for me to have a vision board that I'm looking at every single morning and I can actually see what it's looking like. That brings us to our next step of getting super crystal clear on the vision, which is making a vision board. Now, I want to say that this step isn't completely 100% necessary because I know some people don't really fuck with vision boards, and that's fine. However, it's just a reminder, your subconscious brain literally cannot differentiate between real reality and imagined reality. So your subconscious brain, the one that's, you know, making your lungs work right now without you thinking about them, making your heart beat without you thinking about it, that one has no fucking idea really anything other than, okay, this is what I heard, this is what I do. Basically, your subconscious doesn't understand good and bad or yes and no. It just understands what you're giving it. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, why do you think you genuinely feel like threatened and scared in your body, like your heart rate goes up and like you get tense when you're watching a terrifying movie? It's because your subconscious literally doesn't understand that you're not in any real danger. Your conscious brain knows like, oh, it's a movie. But the thing that kicks in, the flight or fight, like holy shit, like I'm sweating, I'm nervous, I'm you know, all that, that's your subconscious brain working. So with that logic, seeing all these pictures and seeing all these things that you would want to bring into your life, your brain's seeing them, not understanding I'm seeing a picture of something that I don't have. Your conscious brain is understanding this is just a picture of something that I don't have but I want. Your subconscious brain is just seeing pretty G-Wagon. Just think of your subconscious brain as like a very stereotypical dumb blonde, okay? That's all it's doing. It's great at what it does, but it's easy to manipulate, and that's what makes it so perfect, right? Right. So when I look at this vision board in the morning, whatever I'm seeing, my subconscious is like, yes, beautiful, thank you. Also, making vision boards is literally so fun and easy. I literally made mine yesterday and I had so much fun with it. I went to Walmart. I ended up printing out, I think, 46 pictures, and the total of the 46 pictures, the poster board, and the double-sided tape, it literally came out to like less than $12. So $12, that's an investment in my future. For all the pictures, I literally just used Pinterest and I just looked up what I wanted. Also, just a reminder, if you are gonna do this, try to get pictures that would be from your point of view. So for example, for one of mine is I really want to make sure that I'm prioritizing YouTube, and I really want to, you know, make YouTube a really big part of my career. So instead of me finding pictures of like watching YouTube, it would be more of like me seeing what I'm seeing right now, which is the camera setup and the ring light and everything. So instead of seeing like, oh, a YouTube channel, it's more what I'm gonna see every single day when I'm actively making this action happen. So instead of just like taking a picture of a car, I'd be having a picture of with my hand on the steering wheel of the little car emblem. So because it's like that's what I'm gonna be seeing and feeling when I have that in my real life. I'm not just going to be standing outside my car the whole time taking pictures of it. I'm going to be actually inside the car driving it. There's going to be a view out in front of me from the windshield. I'm going to have my hand on the steering wheel, stuff like that. Also, you can get creative with it. So like I was saying before, YouTube is like really something that I'm trying to prioritize. So everybody knows YouTube, you get the YouTube plaques every time you hit a milestone of subscribers. So I just typed in like YouTube 10,000 subscriber plaque, and I colored out the person's name because obviously somebody uploaded that picture and it had their name on it, so I scribbled that out with the same color as the background. I just used Canva to do it, but I scribbled out the background and then I put my channel name on there, so I put Cat Gold on there. So now when I look at it, it's literally what I'm going to be seeing when that comes into my real reality and not in just my inside my brain reality. Okay, so now that we can see the vision and we can see what we want so clearly, there's no ifs, ands, or buts, like we know where we're going. We need to make the game plan for how the fuck we're gonna get there. Because yeah, we know where we're going, but we don't know how to get there yet. So that's what we needed to do, and that's what we're gonna do in chapter 2. Just like we needed to come up with a crystal clear vision on what we wanted, we need to come up with a crystal clear game plan for how to get to where we want to go. The easiest way to do this is literally just by going line by line. Just go line by line and figure out the most logical way to make an actionable plan to get these goals from goals to things that are actually happening actively in your life. You just need to make the best plan of action that will suit your needs and your lifestyle. You also need to be super realistic with yourself. You have to realize if these goals are important for you to achieve, like if these are literally things that you're like, no, I really want to do this, it's gonna take sacrifice. It's not gonna be a fucking cakewalk, okay? Like it's gonna be hard, and you're gonna have to be tired sometimes, and you're gonna have to, fuck, I don't want to do this, but I have to do this if I want to achieve my goal. You're gonna have to do hard shit that you don't want to do. And that's where I feel like a lot of people are so quick to, oh, well, I already worked this many days a week, like I don't have time in my schedule to do this, so like that's just impossible for me. Okay, if that's what you want to believe, that's what you want to believe, but at the end of the day, if you want this goal to become something that's a part of your everyday reality, you're gonna make the sacrifices. You're gonna stop making the excuses, and you're gonna start making the sacrifices. Like you get to choose where your energy goes, and your energy can either go into making all these excuses and complaining, or your energy can go into just getting it done, and then by the end of it being so happy that you took that little bit of extra time while you had the energy and you decided to fully commit to achieving these goals, rather than sitting here beginning of the year saying, fuck, I should have started sooner. These need to be detailed game plans. Like these can't just simply be, well, my goal is to wake up at 5 a.m. every day, so what I'm gonna do to achieve that is set my alarm at 5 a.m. every day and wake up. That's not sustainable. Like sure, could it work? Yes, but that's not a sustainable way to implement a new habit into your life. And really, achieving goals is literally just developing new habits that make you the type of person that has what you want to have, or that makes you the type of person that acts the way that you want to act, or acts aligned with the type of person that you want to be. That's really all a goal is. It's just you have to make a new habit. You're literally just building a little staircase to get to your goal. That's all it is. We need to create game plans that have long-lasting solutions, not just, well, I set my alarm for 5 in the morning and I didn't wake up, so I guess I'm just not the type of person that can do it. Like, yeah, you didn't try very fucking hard, did ya? So instead, you would do something like, okay, well, if I want to start waking up at 5 a.m., I'm gonna decide my bedtime is 10 p.m. So that means lights are off and I'm eyes closed trying to sleep at 10 p.m. every single night. Which means, well, I'm probably not gonna want to be on my phone till 10 p.m. because my brain will be super active, so I'll get off my phone by 9. And then, you know, reading always puts me to sleep, so I'll read for 20 minutes before bed. Oh, and also I don't want to have sugar or caffeine too late, so I'll have my last cup of coffee at 3 o'clock, and maybe I won't have any sugar past 7 o'clock. Things like that, those are actual steps and active choices you can make every single day that are fairly easy choices to make, because it's like, well, if I'm trying to go to bed at 10, then logically the easiest way for me to do that would be to stop using my phone at 9. And then also, I shouldn't eat sugar past this time. And then also, I shouldn't eat caffeine past this time. So it's all these logical things that create a domino effect of like, well, this might be really hard, but I can do this, and this is not as hard. And if I do this, it makes this even easier. So then that's not as hard. And then if I do, you know what I'm saying? You're basically just gonna do this for every single goal you've written down. Whether you've written down 2 goals, whether you've written down 12 goals, I don't care. You're gonna make a game plan for every single goal. You're gonna make an actionable plan that you can actually follow every single day. Like, I know somebody came up to me and handed me a manual that was literally titled like, this is the playbook for how to live your dream life and how to get everything you've literally ever wanted, and like, no, it's not a joke. I would be fucking reading it. I would absolutely be reading it. So just imagine you're writing that book for yourself. Also, we cannot forget the technicalities, and this is gonna link into chapter 3, but for right now, don't forget the technicalities. If your goal is to go to the gym 5 days a week and you don't even have a gym membership, you're gonna, like, the first thing you should be doing is looking into places to get gym memberships. You can't just say, well, I'll just start going to the gym, and then Monday comes and you say, well, I don't know what gym I want to go to, so I don't know, I'll look on my phone, like maybe I'll go drive around, but like, oh, like it's too busy right now, I don't want to go right now. No, because that's part of the game plan. Game plan number 1, like, no, you need to think of all these technicalities, which now leads into chapter 3. So we know where we're going and we know how to get there. But now we gotta start. And that's honestly the hardest part. Like, the easiest part's done. The easiest part, we could just sit on our bed and make our vision board and write out our list and pretend everything's perfect, but now we gotta start. You know, it's fucking game time. The whistle has been blown. We gotta go. Also, just remember, nobody other than your future self is waiting on you to start. So you don't have to start. You don't have to start. If you're fine being in your little comfort zone, in your little la la la, I'm so comfortable here, just know your future self is waiting for you. And just know that on the 1st of January, I can almost guarantee you're gonna be one of those bitches. I wish I had saved more money last month. Oh, I wish I had started early. Oh, I should have started the gym because now I can't. So it's up to you, but it has no effect on me. It has full effect on you though. You have to remember, discipline is not comfortable. 9 times out of 10, discipline is not comfortable until it is. Everything always gets easier, okay? It always gets better. It always gets easier. It's just, it sucks. It's shitty. It's uncomfortable. Be okay and take comfort in the fact that anybody who's getting anywhere in life, they are not comfortable while they're doing it, okay? And I don't mean that it's gonna be hard the whole entire time. I just mean sometimes when I wake up at 5 a.m., do I want to go to the fucking gym? No. I want to lay in bed till 9. But guess what? That doesn't get me to where I want to be. So is it comfortable in the short term, in the instant gratification? Yes. But 3 hours later, when I wake up and feel like a piece of shit for not committing to myself and not showing up for myself and not going to the gym and not making my body healthier and my mind healthier, it's gonna be way more uncomfortable than it was to just wake up at 5 and go to the fucking gym. This is how we're gonna start. Linking it back to making sure you clarify all the technicalities in your game plan. Literally imagine you ordered a desk from IKEA, okay? And that desk comes and you are so excited to build it and you were so excited to have this desk and you empty out all the pieces and you realize you don't have a screwdriver. So now you have this desk and no screwdriver. That's the equivalent of not firstly executing on these technicalities, right? Like I was saying before, if your goal is to go to the gym 5 days a week and you don't have a gym membership, the first thing you're gonna do to execute, like the first thing, like this should be something that you're doing isn't really like included, right? So it's kind of like you're kind of like pre-gaming your goals, right? So you saying, well, I don't have a gym membership, but I want to go to the gym 5 days a week. The second you have a chance, you're gonna go to different gyms around the area and you're gonna see which one you like best, or you're gonna call, you're gonna do whatever, whatever you want to do. Or maybe like your best friend goes to a gym, you're gonna go to the gym that she goes to. You're gonna sign up for a fucking gym membership. Okay, so now it's time to actually start. Now it's time to start. Like we had our pregame warm-up, we did our stretches, we had our little chant, we ran out on the field. It's game time, motherfuckers. It's the whistle's blown. Start of the second fucking half, okay? Like the tensions are high. This is important to nobody but you, and that's what matters, because how exciting. You care so much about yourself and about your future self that you're showing up for yourself in this big way, and that's amazing, and you should give yourself a little pat on the back for that because you deserve it. But back to game time. Back to focus, back to game time. 1, remember, every single thing in life is hard until it isn't. Your first day of school was super, super hard. Every single year that you've had a first day of school, it was hard, it was scary, it was nerve-wracking, it was hard to wake up that morning. It was, even if it was easy because of all your excitement, it was still hard. It was hard to go back the next day because you're like, fuck, I've really enjoyed sleeping in. Now I have to go to school and I'm bored and I can't eat snacks throughout the day whenever I want and I can't fill my water bottle up it's hard until it's not, because you get to a point where it's like, I don't even care to be upset that this isn't something I want to be doing right now. I just will accept that this is what I'm doing right now. You have to rely on discipline. You cannot rely on emotions. Emotions are literally here to keep you safe and to keep you in your comfort zone, okay? Emotions are so awesome and so great, and we love them and we don't suppress them. However, you have to rely on discipline, because if I relied on emotions for every single decision I made in life, I would not be anywhere near where I am now in terms of just being the person I am and achieving the things that I've already achieved. And you wouldn't be either. If I relied on emotions, I guarantee you I would not have had as many jobs as I've had. I would not have as many friends as I have. I would not have done the things that I've done. If I relied on my first instinct of, ooh, this sounds kind of scary, I don't want to do it, I would not be where I want to be. That's where, okay, you know what, emotions, if you can just like go, like literally just imagine you're scrolling on TikTok, how quick you go from ha 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 that's such a funny video to it's a sad dog video and you're immediately sad. Your emotions fluctuate so fucking fast, so relying on them is literally the stupidest thing you could do, because they are up and down. It's just a fucking roller coaster. No, discipline is a, you know, you get on the fucking discipline train and you keep fucking going, and you know it's not gonna just like stop. Discipline doesn't just stop. Motivation can stop. Motivation is an emotion, and that's why we don't rely on emotions. Okay, you have to implement habits into your life that make these things easier. For example, the gym. If you're trying to go to the gym 5 days a week, you're gonna lay out your gym clothes the night before, so that it's one less thing you have to do, and it gets you excited for it. You're like, oh my god, like I can't wait to wear this little workout set to the gym. I can't wait to do that, whatever. It's getting you excited for it, which now when the time comes and you're like, I really don't want to go, you already have one less decision to make because it's already been made for you. It's like, well, my gym clothes are right there, and like that'd be like really like humbling and embarrassing to put them back into the drawer. Give yourself stuff to look forward to. If your goal is to go to the gym 5 days in a week, after the 5th day, go get yourself a little treat. Go get yourself your favorite coffee, and only allow yourself to do this after you've gone to the gym for that 5th day. Not on the 2nd day, not on the 3rd day. If you give up on the 4th day, no treat this week. No treat this week. Sorry, try again next week. And if you can hold yourself accountable this way, it makes your life so much more fun and so much more fulfilling. Because yeah, could you just go to your favorite coffee shop and get a coffee whenever you want? Yeah, you could. But it's not as gratifying. It's not as fulfilling when you're just doing it because you have the means to be able to do it. It's way more gratifying when you actually earned it. Utilize things that you use in your daily life that are going to remind you to do the things, okay? So like the reminder app on your phone. Like I need to be way better at posting consistently, so I literally have reminders pop up on my phone every like 2 hours. It's like, oh, post here, post here, post here. And yes, could I actively choose to ignore it and not do it? Yeah, but also I know that, hey, that just made my goals a lot more attainable because it literally just reminded me to do it. Now I don't even have to think about it. On top of that, I could find a different way to already have all these things planned so that when that little reminder comes up, I don't even have to think about when I'm going to post, and I can just post it because it's already been planned. Like at the beginning of all my weeks on Sundays, I plan out my weeks and days by the hour so that when Monday comes, I don't even have to be like, oh, well, what am I doing this week? Because as somebody who's self-employed and as somebody who does this for a living, it's very much like I have the free will to do whatever the fuck I want, but I am somebody who thrives with structure and discipline and routine. So taking that time every Sunday, just like an hour on Sunday, just to plan out my whole week so that when I get to my first work block on Monday morning, I don't even have to question what I'm doing. I already know what I'm doing, and it's like, okay, these are my tasks for the day and I just need to get them done. And it's not like, oh my god, like what should I do? I don't know what to do. Like I'm so stressed out. Like, because once you get into that spirally mode of like, oh my god, like what do I do? That's when you just kind of shut down. Because it's too hard. It's too fucking hard, and you're already overwhelmed by all these feelings of like, I don't know what to do, but I have to do it, and I can't do it because I have to do it. Shh, make it easier for yourself. Get the habit app. There's a habit app. It's literally called like Habit Tracker, and it's a little pink icon with a checkbox in it on the App Store. I love it, and I just use it for little habits like doing my 10 minutes of Spanish every day, making sure I take my vitamins, drinking a gallon of water, and journaling. I think those are the only 4 that I have, because you could do 5 habits for free and I don't want to pay for it, but you could pay for it if you want. I just personally don't care to. Those little reminders will just go off throughout the day, and I love seeing the little progress bar fill up on them. Like that helps me a lot. Because things like that, like, oh, journaling and taking my vitamins, those to me aren't something that are completely necessary to achieving my goals. So there's stuff, like, it's stuff that I tend to forget sometimes. So having them on that habit app kind of keep me more in check, because it's more of a competition. Like if you're a competitive person, having things that you can visually see, like you're either winning at or losing at, is so helpful. You want to read 1 book a month, put a reminder on your phone that goes off 10 minutes before bedtime to be like, hey, read for 10 minutes, and then magically you'll start reading 1 whole book a month, not more than that. Habit stacking. Habit stacking is the most important thing, and if you've read the book Atomic Habits, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. But if you haven't, I will explain, because these are literally the most beautiful things ever invented. Say these are some of your goals. You want to start waking up at 5 a.m. You want to read at least 1 book a month. You want to make extra money every month, and you want to walk 10,000 steps a day. Let's say those are your like top 4 goals, okay? Sounds like a lot of hard things all at once. Like when you just hear those, you're like, oh my god, You just want to hide under the covers, right? Yeah. Let's make it easy. Let's make a plan to make it easy. So waking up at 5 a.m. starts with going to bed a bit earlier, right? Something that's super, super helpful for putting you in a really nice sleeping cycle is reading before bed. Maybe we can implement 20 minutes of reading every single night before bed. That's habit stacking. It's literally just using one habit to initiate the ease and consistency of another habit. You want to make extra money every month and you want to get your 10,000 steps in. What's a great way to make extra money every month? Walking dogs. What's a great way to get 10,000 steps in? Walking dogs. Habit stacking. You're doing two things at once. You're taking these two things that you need to do every single day to get you closer to your goals, and you're putting them into one thing that you could do all at once. It's literally just a domino effect. Once you do this one, you have no choice but to do this other one. So like reading before bed will make you sleep better, therefore you'll wake up earlier because you're more well rested. Signing up to walk somebody's dog will get you money, and it has to get you your steps in because you have to walk the dog. Like, you commit to this one thing and this thing is attached to it, so they just happen at the same time, so you barely have to think about it. Also, another part of just making sure that we're on our way there and we're playing the game and we're getting there and we're achieving our goals is having something that lets you know, like having something that makes you take accountability every single day. Like if you have a days until countdown, that's such a fun way to do it, because it's like, okay, like the days keep ticking down, like, oh, like how many more days till Halloween, that kind of thing. But this is just how many more days until your dream life, and how exciting is that? You'll be absolutely so surprised at how much you can actually get done and how much you can do in such a small amount of time if you just fully commit to yourself and fully commit to achieving your goals. Okay, so now that you know the secret formula to creating a step-by-step guide on how to achieve all your goals and live your dream life, I have to make sure my pretty princesses stay on top of it, because you don't become a pretty princess by not fucking showing up for yourself, right? Right. So you have some homework this week. You have orders this week. So obviously, do everything we just spoke about, whether you've been doing it throughout this video or whether you're gonna, you know, this video is gonna end and then you're gonna do it. Do all that, obviously, first and foremost. Do all that, get clear, make the plan, and fucking go. Obviously, I'm gonna need you to do that. But in the comments, I want you to write your #1 goal that you wanna achieve by the end of the year. Your #1 goal and your game plan on how you're gonna execute it and achieve that goal. Because you don't just get the life that you want to live. You don't just achieve the goals that you want to achieve by sitting around and hoping for it to happen or wishing for it to happen. You get there by showing up for yourself every single day, putting in the work, and doing the hard shit even when it's the absolute last thing you want to do. So on that note, I hope you have a good fucking day.